Witam serdecznie, Sebastian Grabowski, nasz live poświęcony dzisiaj mieście Gzira. Jak zawsze dwa komentarze przypomnienia. Jesteśmy dzisiaj wirtualnie, ale trochę fizycznie w Mińsku Mazowieckim w naszym projekcie Blockchain City i dzisiaj mamy fajnego, fenomenalnego gościa z Malty, Gziry. Hello, Fabian.
Hello.
How are you? That is the most general question to our guest. How are you?
All right, I'm okay. Really excited to be here, and happy to be in this.
Thank you very much, Fabian, because you accepted just to be with us and share the experience from Gzira. For many of us, Gzira, in our perception, for sure, there is more or like semi-heaven, beautiful island. Extremely nice sunny city that is a lot of people are going there just to visit some conferences around blockchain and crypto as well. We treated Gzira as a mecca of blockchain and crypto business in general. How it looks, however, let's share a little bit about you, because that I think that it's worthy to mention about what are you doing and etc. What is your passion, etc.
So I had the research and innovation unit of the Gzira local council. I've been in employment with the local council for the past 27 years, so it's been a lot of time, and I saw the locality develop and become what it is at the moment, which is a very dense urban zone. It's a very dense city. It is alive 24/7. There are people everywhere all the time of the day and night. And so we have now to adapt to situations where, yes, we need more economy. We need to, foster business as much as possible, but we also need to take care of being sustainable and a smart city too, because we are suffering a lot from the way it's built up, the way there's a lot of activity. We have a lot of urban heat island. So I'm working on that sector, to try and give the residents a better well-being.
Fabian, a few words about the Gzira, because for many of us, Gzira is, it is the beautiful destination. However, probably majority of us don't know a lot about this beautiful city.
So Gzira measures 0.6 kilometers squared, so it's a very small place. And we have about 15,000 people living in this village, in this town, and it means that it's very dense. It's built up everywhere. We don't really have a lot of open spaces, so the challenges are great. I mean, Gzira has its story as well. We have an old history. We have one of the last remaining five-pointed forts that was built in the 1500 by the Knights of St. John. So we have heritage as well, and yes, I mean, the locality is nice in a way because it's built up on a grid. The streets are all straight, they meet at crossroads, at right angles, so it's nicely laid out compared to other localities of Malta. And we have catering. You can eat from our restaurants from different parts of the world by just visiting one restaurant from another. We have Italian food, we have Turkish, we have Chinese, we have French. We have all the cuisines on our promenade. Gzira is surrounded with the sea as well. We have a promenade by the sea as well, which faces Valletta, our beautiful capital city, which was built by the Knights of St. John as well. And in fact, our fort protects that city. And yes, I mean, it's Gzira is a nice place at the end of the
day. Fabian, what about current times? Because, for me, honestly speaking, I didn't have a chance to take a part of one, in fact, of the biggest conferences which is organized yearly in Malta, in Gzira, around blockchain and crypto. You were impacted by this emerging technologies and this more or less, let's call it business.
Yes, blockchain. So we had two different types of businesses. One is the gaming industry for the online casinos, and blockchain. Blockchain moved into Malta because we legislated blockchain. Malta became the blockchain island, and most of the blockchain is in Gzira itself. So we had an increase of population because a lot of people came to work for the blockchain industry from across Europe. For example, in Gzira, we had a population of 7,000 people, and now it's over 15. We had an influx of people that work with the blockchain. So yes, it did. It was an impact. Yes, it did.
Fabian, my in fact that question it's around challenges, because when I compare what is happening worldwide, what kind of challenges in fact have cities around the world, more or less they have the same. What about Gzira? What kind of challenges you are facing as a city, as Gzira?
The challenges that we are facing rely mostly on a lot of traffic, a lot of air pollution. Then the streets are so narrow that we have what is called the canyon effect, whereby there's a lot of human activity and the heat and pollution is trapping everything inside the canyon, and it's amplifying the air temperature. In fact, we have a difference of about 5.8 degrees warmer. The city is warmer than its immediate rural area. If you want, I can share with you the urban heat island.
Yeah.
We can, so that the people and the viewers.
Let's go. I will try to expose it.
Yes. Just one moment.
As we trained before, because you should be aware that oh yes, I'm just adding to the stream. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So you can see this. All right. This is the interactive urban heat island of Malta. This is the entire Maltese islands. And here we have population density. So these people that show here, it depends on how many people will live in that locality in particular. Let me just switch them off so we can zoom in onto Gzira. So Gzira is this part over here, right in the middle. And the island next to it, it's called Manuel Island. If you notice, Manuel Island, because it's still not developed a lot, and here there is the fort, and there's a lot of green. It's cooler than the downtown area, which is much hotter and warmer. So this is the situation that we have at the moment, and here we're building high-rise buildings now in the locality for the blockchain, one of them, and we have towers that are casting heavier shadows, in the locality, whilst it helps a bit to diminish the temperature. Yet the buildings are so high that they retain more the ground pollution, and the wind doesn't really circulate and changes the air, so it keeps on accumulating.
It means that I understand that the climate temperature is one of the most important, issue or challenge that you have in Gzira as well, Malta, yeah? Or what about other challenges, because I know much more than our, audience, because we discussed a lot. I think that you should be aware that together with Fabian, we named the same program, Rise City Fellowship. In fact, that we had a chance to exchange a little bit what is happening. However, I know that there is not only one challenge that you are facing.
No, in fact, the other challenge is the lack of greening, which goes hand in hand with the problem of urban heat island, because there is no natural cooling, no natural shade from the trees, and air pollution keeps on amplifying itself because there is nothing to clean the air, So we are trying to implement microgreening across the locality, across the entire locality, so that we make it green. Plants, trees use photosynthesis to clean up and capture the carbon. And we also have the mandates from European Union, which is the European Green Deal, that we need to, by 2030, become carbon neutral cities. So we have a lot of challenges, yes, and they are big as well.
Fabian, tell us how you are creating the strategy, smart city strategy. I know that from time to time, smart city, means buzzword. However, for a lot of us, smart city still means something. How you are creating the strategy, that there are some key elements of the strategy, how Gzira creates this kind of strategy.
Yes, that's really interesting. You know, I have different backgrounds, so I make use of my different backgrounds to create that strategy. So there are two ways. Basically, no, three actually. Uh, I'm really qualified in leadership and management, so I keep that for the administration of all the implementation. On one side, I use tech. And the blockchain is something that I want to develop in the smart city solution because I really believe in it. And on the other side, we have the scientific part of me that is a specialist in urban heat islands. So I'm combining all those three hats together, you know what I mean? And, you know, we're working towards creating a smart digital city as well. And how we do it, how do we accomplish it? We make use of funds from European Commission, the Horizon Europe funding schemes, and from there we can get a cash injection and a consortium that would help us, you know, to develop the smart city solution as well as the nature-based solution to balance out the urban heat island. So we're identifying the problem and we're creating the countermeasure for the problem, and that is the way how we're working on towards accomplishing the goals and the objectives as well of the European mandates. So in fact, one of the big projects that we are also together with you in the BMW Foundation, right, Cities, it's called Just Nature. And if you want, I can share you the screen of the digital twin that is being developed by IES, one of our partners in Just Nature. And I can show you and explain a bit to you on how the digital twin is coming. It's still a work in progress. There's still more. What technology will be powering the digital city, the digital twin. And on basis of that data, we create policy and implementation. So I'm sharing the screen. One moment.
If you're gonna load it, I will just expose it to our live.
Yes, it's loading, I think. I don't know if you see it.
Don't hold on, Fabian, because you know that is our last part, because normally the agenda is first of all a little bit about the city, just after something about the strategy and direction, and finally that is my last question to you. Some nice case that you really like.
Okay, so basically what we are making on with regards to the technological aspect of becoming a smart city, we make use of IoT, the Internet of Things. We make use of artificial intelligence. TensorFlow is one of the mainstream tools that we use. And what we do is we create a LoRaWAN mesh with gateways all around the locality. So we have our mesh for our sensors that are small and practical, that can be installed within the street, within the street furniture like street lights, traffic poles and signs. We can install all these sensors, and they are powered by PV panels, so it's completely green. We're not doing any carbon emission. And these sensors, including traffic counters and traffic analyzation, traffic flow, human flow, because we actually see where people go from one destination to another. For instance, how much they travel to go to the grocery. So we have even the social demographic data being generated. And, you know, all this data, this enrichment of data comes in fast, and eventually it will land into the digital twin. We also make use of Copernicus and Landsat 9 Earth observation satellites. We capture thermal imagery from space, so we know the heat signature, as I showed you before. And we also see air pollution that is coming onto Malta from the sea, because the Mediterranean Sea is very active with regards to shipping industry. So heavy fuel oils that come from the sea of the ships, they literally come on over Malta, and that is a bit of a problem when the winds are against us, so we have to work on that aspect too. Yes, I mean, yeah, there are very, very different types of data, that are captured, and we compute everything through the use of artificial intelligence into the digital twin. Now, what is also important, and why is I believe that blockchain and disruptive ledger technology would actually aim and help in a smart city. Reason being is the security that blockchain provides. I'm a certified ethical hacker, so I know one thing or two about how secure a system is. And, let's say like, if we're implementing a particular type of implementation, let's say like to help autonomous cars drive properly in the streets and not rely on LiDAR or GPS inaccuracy, so we would need to transmit that data and hopefully make use of blockchain as as the interface for a secure transmission and capture, so that is one thing. There is the other project, like your good self is working on emergency services for the locality. We need to also create secure and trusted services to the elderly. Now we're seeing the introduction of robots that help at home. They can assist people with special needs or the elderly with their errands and whatnot. So we would need to communicate with those devices in a very secure way. And blockchain does provide that. So, yeah,
I think that, Fabian, I love this case. Honestly speaking, I love this case. In order to understand the, in fact, benefits which are coming from this case, unfortunately, we don't have enough time just to show it, because when you just mentioned about this way how to capture all of data, on the other hand, I heard as well TensorFlow, the framework, intelligent machine learning, AI, let's call it, framework, which really facilitates management of the data in a very good way. On the other hand, the example of LoRaWAN, etc., it means that you are experimenting as well with different mobile technology to get data. It sounds perfect. But tell me, but there is still a research project, or is it implemented already?
It was a research project, and now it's in what we call a TRL level 7, the technology readiness level 7. So yes, because it's very stable now, and we can go and go live with it and implement, enlarge the pilot, because we start with a pilot area, then we keep to test and retest. How scientists are, we keep on testing and testing and testing, and then we're going on the wider perspective. So yes, now it's being done, and by 2025 we will have a smart implementation already. So it's moving ahead. It's moving ahead.
It's perfect, because in Poland, on the other hand, I heard about different kind of initiative which in fact started to create some kind of environment, how to create this kind of common platform, common infrastructure layer just to capture those data. And on the other hand, to make the visualization. I'm not so sure. I don't know any project in Poland which is advanced as you described. I know the case of the Warsaw. However, even in Warsaw, I know that the people in engineers just work on to how to capture different sort of the data. Fabian, thank you very much. I have one additional question to you, because a few days ago you shared with us around the RISE City BMW program, RISE Cities, that you already ran the how to say, the survey, yes, because you have the problem currently, and you are looking for people who can just be in just vote for you. Can you share with us? I think that in the moment our live chat will be watched by people. Maybe we will as well engage others just to be the part of the project or initiative you ran recently.
Oh yes, I mean, we always are open for feedback from the people. We like the concept of co-creating and co-designing with people. That way, if let's say I'm seeing only a small picture, somebody sees the bigger picture, I can go for the bigger picture, you know, and we do it together. So that is what we do. What we have a bit of an issue is with you know, Malta being very small, so they want to build up everywhere, and we fight for open spaces. Yes, I mean, that is a problem. Then, and there is another thing that, you know, in Malta people still want to make use of cars all the time, you know, fuel powered cars. And we have an issue. They want to place a fuel station in the only garden we have. So yes, we're fighting that. We took central government to court to stop the action from happening. You know, so yes, I mean.
Because I will put the anketa, I will put the survey on our chat just to encourage people just to take a part of it, because I really believe. On the other hand, I think that we are facing the same problem, especially in the biggest cities in Poland, because on the one hand, car exists. On the other hand, that, you know, one of the key challenge in Poland is how to reduce those cars. That's why that a lot of cities are working on public transport, just to, you know, change the way of consuming the petrol in, you know, electricity, etc. That more or less we are facing the same problem. That with pleasure I will share the survey and with in this anketa with people around me. Fabian.
Yes, I'll send you the link now while we're talking.
Yes, I will put it on just our live chat. I will just put this link on my YouTube channel with the request. Guys, just join in. Okay.
Thanks.
Okay. Our discussion just, you know, brings us to the end. Now I will switch a little bit on Polish, and after that, together with Fabian, we will just say goodbye. Dziękuję bardzo Wam, że byliście dzisiaj z nami. Thank you very much that you joined this live chat and you had a little bit about the Malta in Gzira. Unfortunately, there is only 20 minutes. That is not a lot just to speak in details about this extremely nice project that Fabian mentioned. So, dziękuję Wam bardzo, pozdrawiam serdecznie, and Fabian, few words to you, and thank you very much.
Thank you. I thank you all. Thanks.
Thank you very much, guys. And now just our small jingle just to finish, and see you next time. What is important, I'd like to share with you, because another episode of Miasto Miasto will be issued in the moment from Zduńska Wola. So I invite you just to see how Zduńska Wola is creating the smartness of the city. Bye. Thank you very much, Fabian.
Thank you.